Aloha. Welcome to our Lei Poina Ole YouTube channel. Created for Keiki to kupuna at the height of the COVID-19 crisis, as we decide to wrap our community with spiritual care and aloha. Our collective of diverse partners have taken the time to share special talents and words of wisdom. Lei Poina Ole is from a olelo noeau. Lei Poina Ole Keiki. The beloved child, always remember. May these moments of aloha cause a warmth in your heart and remind.
Our first Lei Poina Ole Keiki was born in Ka'u on April 20th, 1895. Her maternal grandmother, Nali'i Po'aimoku, was an experienced midwife and present for this birth. Tutu Po'ai was given the privilege to raise this Keiki as a punahele, a favored child. This Keiki was raised in the old Hawaiian traditions and spoke fluent Hawaiian. As she grew into a young lady, she continued to help others with research.
Amanda Smith here, and as promised, I'm going to show you how to make my quarantini. All right, so the reason why I came up with this recipe is I love the fact that we are using local lemons to boost our immune systems. And look how big this guy is, it's crazy. So I've already started prepping up for this actual recipe, and it's super simple. It's just a cocktail, right? Or a mocktail, we'd say. So let me go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start with my local lemon. So I cut it in half just so I can go ahead and put the ingredients into my jar. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that lemon right inside. Give it a nice squeeze. Now I prefer you use the whole lemon. So you're gonna use one full lemon here. You're gonna squeeze it right into here. I don't even mind the seeds, but a really cool trick that I learned was, obviously, we all do this, don't we? I'm sure hoping we do, is to go ahead and place your fingers underneath the actual, where the juice is gonna land, so you can catch the seeds so you don't get seeds in your drink. All right, so once that's all squeezed, we're gonna go ahead and put our tablespoon of honey. You can use stevia or you can use a local honey. I like this because it coats the throat, especially with this whole virus coming out, a little crazy. All right, so I'm gonna put a little extra because I like it a little sweeter. All right, so I have those two ingredients in there. And then now I'm gonna go ahead and add in my pureed juice. So what I actually did, it's not really pureed. I went ahead and I took a frozen fruit, because what's only in my fridge right now is the frozen fruit for my smoothies. So I've taken a packet of frozen fruit. It could be berries, it could be strawberries. You get to pick and choose. I let that sit out and thaw for about an hour. And then what it leaves you is with, it looks like puree fruit. I don't like to waste time. I use the juice right in there. So I'm just gonna take about a tablespoon and a half of juice, throw that right in. And don't worry, we're gonna use a little bit of this fruit too in my drink. All right, so we have those three ingredients in there, all set, okay? And then I'm gonna take fizzy water or Pellegrino. So you can take Pellegrino, you can take any type of fizzy water, or you can use regular water for this. All right, I'm gonna pour that right in. And you can use less amounts if you like, if you're just making one. I typically will put just a cup of this in there if it's just for me. But if you want extra for less tart and more sweetness, go ahead and add a little bit more Pellegrino. So about a cup for each cocktail, or mocktail, you can call it. All right, so I'm gonna throw that right in there. Give it a nice little shake, super easy. And for those moms out there who want to put a little something in there, you can, all right? Okay, so that's what it looks like here. So I ended up using a strawberry, blueberry, and also raspberries. So it's like a combination of all three of those. So I have the flavors in there, all right? And then I'm gonna take my cup. I'm gonna place in my fruit at the bottom, just like so. Then I'm gonna take my fruit mixture, pour it right in. Again, you can serve this to your kids, no problem. All so there's the fizzy fizzies. Call it my quarantini. Make sure the ice cubes are broken apart. Just like that. And look at that. And then feel free to add in more fruit or stevia if you would like to put that in there. I know some people like a little bit more sweeter, so it's really up to you. I do less sweetness as much as possible. All right, guys, so cheers. There's our mocktaini or our quarantini. I hope you guys enjoy and stay safe out there.
Aloha. My name is Herb Lee. I'm with the Pacific American Foundation. And my message today is one about how we can live aloha in this time of crisis with the COVID-19 pandemic. And what is interesting is, the power of aloha, to be able to live aloha, has always been with us. As one of my mentors, Auntie Malia Craver, told me many years ago, she told me, don't go look over throughout the world for the answer. The answer lies within you, Herb. And that power and that answer is aloha. You just have to learn how to tap into it. I thought about that, and I've been thinking about that for many, many years, and it continues to resonate with me every day, especially in this time. We're in the second week of quarantining, and this is a different time. It's a strange time. It's a confusing time. It's a time where for reflection. It's a time to, I believe, be creative, innovative, and more importantly, to remember the relationships and the foundations that we were taught to aloha aina, to aloha each other. Over the years, in reaching out to a lot of Keiki o ka aina, I've been involved with the restoration of the Waikalu local fish pond in Kaneohe Bay on the island of Oahu for now 25 years. And the kids would ask, well, how do you aloha aina? And, I believe that you don't really malama aina, you don't really care for a place unless you really have aloha for it. And as Auntie Malia said, that starts with us. It starts with that power of aloha. And then people ask me, well, where do you get that aloha from? Whether you're Hawaiian or not Hawaiian, how do you get that aloha? And for me, as a person of faith, that aloha comes first from Akua, from the Lord. And I've been working on that relationship with Him for many years, and continue to strive to be better in my relationship with Him. But He gives me that power, and I in turn try to internalize that aloha, that power. Auntie Malia told me that, in your lifetime you would be lucky that you will be able to discover, at least 150 levels of aloha, and how you apply that in every day. And it's not one at a time, it's all of it at the same time. And that's the hard part. It is hard, but it is a free gift. It is something that's been there for all of us. And for me, a lot of it has manifested itself in the relationships that I've built. It's relationships to Akua, it's relationship to my family, to my wife and to my daughter, and to Ohana, to my community, which I love very much. And always looking for ways to continue to malama those kinds of relationships. And then, of course, to malama this beautiful place, this land of aloha that we live in. Whether, again, you're Hawaiian or not, we should understand that we live in a very special place, and that we have that gift that's been given to us. And it's really a gift that's been given to everybody throughout the world. And I hope that in this time of this pandemic, that there will be an opportunity for us to be able to draw together in some really profound and creative ways, and to look within ourselves, look within our faith, look to what helps us in our regular everyday life, and be able to not only thrive in that power, but to be able to share that aloha and that power with everybody, especially during times like these. So I'm hoping that this is a message that will make you think a little bit and reflect about some of the foundational things that have gone on in your life, and to be able to really appreciate and understand the power of relationships, and the power of aloha, and to be able to explore it in ways that maybe we haven't yet discovered. As we're finding, as we're now in our second week of quarantining, working and reaching out, using technology like this, using computers and Zooms and go to meetings and all those kinds of things, which is great. But it is important for us to understand that there are underlying relationships and things that are there that I feel comes from being able to live aloha 24/7 and to be able to share that aloha in meaningful ways that can help people in this time. I want to share a very special song that I learned from my church a long time ago. It's from John 16:33. Goes like this. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. Be of good cheer, for I have overcome the world. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. Be of good cheer, for I have overcome. For I have overcome. For I have overcome the world.
Hui, aloha me kātou o nā vai malamalama o ka lani ka hale tō inoa. Ua hānau ia wau mataua i nei, ua malama ia mata aina o ni hau, i tō wā pepe, a nui wau, a lira wau, i matua hine i te ia lā. A tau olelo pai nā o tō, a malama i ke tahi me ke tahi, aloha i ke tahi me ke tahi, hui kala i ke tahi me ke tahi, a malama i ke tua, me ta uhane a me ta oie i o. Aloha wai a o tō apoloa, mahalo, aloha. Hui, aloha mai. My name is Nāwai Malamalama o Kalani Kahale. I was born here on Kauai, raised on the island of Ni'ihau, and today I am living here on Kauai with my family. I am the kahu. My husband and I are the kahu of Love on Jesus Ministry here on Kauai, located in the town of Waimea. And I want to encourage all of you to always put God first in your life. Malama I ke kahi, take care of each other and love each other. Aloha I ke kahi, forgive each other. Hui kala I ke kahi, and pule mau, and always be in prayer. Mahalo, aloha yauko. I love you all. Mahalo, aloha.
Translator, genealogist, kumuhula, preservationist of wisdom, and we are reminded of her own words. I'm going to die young. You're going to see in my grandchildren what I won't. She had 3 daughters who were all raised in the pure Hawaiian language and customs. As they were taught Christianity, due to patience shared, they were encouraged to look forward and see the past with appreciation and understanding, not to scorn or criticize. Today our children can still have a connection to what was, is, and to come because of Mary Abigail Kavenaula o Kalani a Hi'iaka Kapole o Pele Kawahine ai Honua na Lele Hua a Pele Wigan Pukui. Hili na Ipuna.